Hey there. Well, whether you have joined me for a read aloud, listen along before this one, I want to focus on you and how you can make your dreams come true. If we're new to each other, you know I believe, or maybe you don't, you are worthy of what you dream of, right? So get after it, go for it. And if you want to partner together, let's do that. Let's watch your dreams come to fruition. So we are going to dive into Making the First Circle Work by Randy Gage. This is the introduction. It was during a South American tour, and I was in some airport with Jose Lopez. We were savoring some pechuga de pollo, frijoles, and yucca, and he mentioned the event I had conducted the evening before. That training you did about the first circle would be a great idea for a book, he said. You should write that. I mentioned that I already had a few books planned out. Okay, he continued, but I think it's a really good idea and people really need it. It's so important to get duplication started. Well, the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. So many people look in the wrong places for duplication or wonder if it even exists. They mistakenly blame their less than optimal results on their sponsor or the people on their team. But that fails to address the real issue, namely that we set the tone for our organization and model the behavior. And unfortunately, because of the nature of human nature, it seems that about 90% of the bad things get duplicated and only about 40 or 50% of the good things do. So, what we do at the top of the organization has a huge effect on what takes place in the many levels below. We set the culture of the team, and that culture manifests itself either in a positive way or a negative one, but it definitely manifests some way. So that's what this short book is about. It contains powerful insights on how you can set the speed of the pack and determine how fast your team builds, what kind of principles the organization runs by, and the level of duplication you will experience at the lower levels. This is the real component that network marketing is about, the Tao of leadership. And like all examples of true leadership, it's not about ordering others how to perform, but simply modeling the behavior you want to see take place. The first person you lead is yourself. So I hope you make the decision to take responsibility for your business and stop looking for success in other people and other places. If you commit to making the first circle work, you choose to create success yourself on your own terms. Chapter 1, Where Duplication Lives. The Law of the First Circle. I remember complaining to my sponsor about my team one day. Most of my people seemed to be lazy, never brought guests to the meetings, and just wanted to wait around for their own group to make them rich. I wondered why they couldn't be more like me. Unfortunately, that was the problem. They were. And that is the fascinating thing about this wonderful and amazing yet crazy and frustrating business we all call network marketing. Because everything we do goes back to the first circle, the one that says you in it. Now, that's not a popular viewpoint to be sharing in the business today. The matrix, binary, and quadra-plan compensation plans have certainly created some entitlement culture in the business. Many people demand spillover and see it as their birthright. So if their sponsor hasn't built out a good portion of their structure for them, they're quick to place the blame on that sponsor for the less than successful results they are experiencing. Yet, others place the blame on their team. It's very easy to fault our people and insist that they haven't done enough to make us rich, but of course, there are no employees in our business, and we lead all volunteer armies. The bonus check you receive every month has your name on it, no one else's. Once you accept that, you're ready to create success. And to do that, you must operate in accord with the law of the first circle. We are responsible for going first, testing the way, finding what works, and then sharing that information with those we bring into the business. We are a unique combination of mentor, coach, teacher, commanding officer, and partner. People don't work for us. They work for themselves. But of course, what they do impacts our own results and income. The best training I ever got for network marketing came from outside of the business, and what helped me more than anything else was the work I did heading up the board of trustees at my church and some other nonprofit organizations. Because in each case, I was working with an all-volunteer army, and when you can't hire and fire people, you're forced to learn how to inspire, lead, and partner for a common goal. So that's where we begin. Because you can do all those things by the way you run the first circle, and the first circle is the only thing you can really control. You can say you're going to sponsor 10 people this month, but you can't control that because each prospect makes his own decision on whether or not he will ultimately sign the application. You can set a goal to reach a certain rank by a certain time, but again, that's not in your control either. This book is about the things you can control. And the paradox in that when you control your own circle, that influences all of the other circles in your organization. You cause certain behavior to happen, but you do it by modeling the behavior yourself and being the example people decide to duplicate. What you will learn along the way is that you don't grow your network, you grow your people. And they grow the network. But that all starts with you and the principles, behavior, and culture you lead with. So, if you're up for it, let's get into it. Again, that was Making the First Circle Work. Yes, I know it's backwards. And we will dive into chapters 2 and 3 on the next one. See y'all.